grinded on the street.
Rode the luge.
And we sky surf from 13,000 feet.
Ooh, I'm Forbes Riley.
I'm Stuart Scott. We'll be extreme again tomorrow, 12:30 Eastern on ESPN.
One or two tricks, but then full of composure. This is a man competing against the legendary Ron Scarpa. Another big jump, exploding off the ramp, coming down with 89.2 feet. Seers would crash on his second and third jump, leaving an opportunity for Scarpa. He would need a score of 89.3 to win. A tumble turn, a front to back, the 1 foot, weight cross 1 foot. He had the tricks.
But the jump was not enough. In fact, Ron Scarpa would fall short by more than 6 feet. And as he takes a rare second place, a young up-and-comer steps into the limelight. Australian Justin Seers took to the podium as the first ever barefoot jumping Extreme Games champion.
Barefoot water ski jumping. Now, it's a sport for only the young and vital, or as you're about to see in my guest, maybe just the young at heart. Welcome, Barefoot Banana George.
Well, thank you very much. It's a great pleasure.
Now, I need to know, do I call you Barefoot or Banana or George?
Well, best banana.
Banana, okay. Now, you bring bananas wherever you go. You got a whole
Of
bunch
course.
of them
I've
back
got a
there.
whole bunch here. One for you, one for me, and maybe somebody else.
Ooh, sounds like fun. Now, how long have you been barefooting?
34 years.
34 years. How did you get started?
Well, I had seen some guys barefooting. I said, wow!
Oh, God.
Wow! I can't believe it. I gotta do it.
Now, you were a Water Ski Hall of Fame inductee, huh?
Oh, yes.
How old are you?
I'm 80 and 5 months.
80 and 5 months. So this is a sport for anybody, yes?
For everybody.
For everybody?
Everybody.
But you look so young and vital.
Well, thank you very much.
No, don't kiss me. How do you do? What's your secret? Special diet, vitamins? Do you have a Dorian Hall of Famer, picture
Well,
up in the attic?
Good health means good food and exercise. Without good health, I mean, you can't barefoot.
What did you think of the finals of the Extreme Games barefoot?
That was the most exciting thing I ever saw in my whole life. I went crazy.
That's wonderful. Now tell me, I just took all my shoes off. Can you teach me how to barefoot?
Oh, I can hardly wait till you come down. Go with me. I'll show you how.
You can see Barefoot and George at Cypress Gardens.
That's right.
We're going out barefooting, I think, yeah?
Amen.
Thank you
I
so
can hardly
much.
wait.
Can I borrow your hat?
Of course.
Thank you. Banana, Barefoot George.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Oh, so sweet.
Coming up, this ain't no Sunday drive. Ride street level on the luge. Next. Stuart Scott.
2 centuries ago, right here on the banks of Narragansett Bay, Rhode Island, Fort Adams was built by the locals to repel British invasions. Fittingly, Rhode Island was also the first state to dismiss the king and declare its independence. Some 200 years later, the fort still stands as one of the most awe-inspiring examples of masonry and stonework in the country. Only now, instead of symbolizing a defense effort, Fort Adams represents new age sports values, the first ever extreme games. Thanks for joining us. I'm Stuart Scott. You know, athletes in alternative sports have been craving a stage where they can prove, just like football and basketball players, they are serious competitors who leave as much sweat on the playing field as anyone. Well, for over 400 athletes from 6 continents, this is it. And on this show, every night except Wednesday, a review of the day's best and a look ahead to the next day. Sharing in on the fun, my Extreme Games partner in crime, Forbes Riley. Oh, Forbes.
Hey, Stuart, believe it or not, this place was not just constructed for the Extreme Games. Fort Adams has a history as old as our nation. Now, a little later in our show, we're going to take a tour of this historic landmark. We'll see the cannons, the ghosts of soldiers past, and a maze of secret tunnels that lie beneath this structure. Now, they're totally off limit, but we've got some exclusive footage. Fact. There's never been an actual battle fought here at the fort until now. A battle of strength, wills, technology, and endurance, otherwise known as the 1995 Extreme Games. Are you ready for this?
Been ready. Historically, the choreographed ballet of skysurfing is a European
ESPN's presentation of the Extreme Games is brought to you by Mountain Dew, with a subtle reminder to do the do. By Nike ACG. ACG means all conditions gear. And by Taco Bell. Taco Bell has tacos, burritos, and a whole lot more. Cross the border.
So you don't believe in ghosts, huh? You don't believe old buildings with years of historical charm hold any character. You realize, of course, you're insulting our host, Fort Adams, don't you? Forbes Riley, somewhere in the shadows.
Well, it got Fort Adams built in the early 1800s to ward off the British. But even after the Civil War and 2 World Wars, not a single shot has ever been fired at the fort. Not one. Which means the 468 cannons that surround this place have been used for just one thing: target practice. Now, years ago, when the ammo was flying, it was safer to travel underground in the 36 miles of tunnels that snake beneath Fort Adams. Now, if you're avoiding Yanks in 1863, you can hide in here, or you might get nailed, which could be unpleasant. Actually, the main offense of most of the Fort Adams jailbirds was public drunkenness. Help? So after more than a century of preparation and not a hint of combat, it's time for some battles.
You know, it's a good thing they decided not to run the dual street luge event inside of these walls. If you saw the movie True Lies, then you probably recognize this mansion as the Swiss palace that Arnold Schwarzenegger broke into. In real life, it is a 50-room, 50-fireplace estate on the campus of Salve, Regina University here in Newport. Originally built as a private summer cottage in 1886, it is now the administration building for the university. Tonight, though, this impressive mansion is home base for continuing coverage of the Extreme Games. Thanks in advance for leaving your preconceived sports notions behind and allowing alternative athletics to take charge. I'm Stuart Scott. I'll be with you for the next 90 minutes as we focus on over 400 athletes who live to push their bodies to the physical limits. Tonight, we push it. Downhill inline, BMX dirt jumping, and sky surfing. We also raise the curtain for Forbes Riley.
Hey, Stuart, I'm all dressed up tonight because we're at a party in one of the chicest mansions in Newport. It's tucked between the Astor Chateau and the Vanderbilt Estate. Gold-plated statues, stained glass windows, and a 200-foot hand-painted ceiling, all the comforts of home. Now, this little summer cottage was built more than 100 years ago by chemical bank bigwig Ogden Goulet. The price tag, a cool $4.5 million. Today, it would cost you more than $11 million. Now, sorry, Stuart, don't reach for your checkbook because you'd be out of luck. It's not for sale. The mansion was donated in 1947 to the Sisters of Mercy and is now part of the Salve Regina University and home to most of the extreme game athletes. You know, some folks have all the luck.
Take the word antsy, move it to the 10th degree, look it up in the dictionary.
Thank you. Thank you. It was just great. I just can't believe it. I was just praying to God every race, you know, that I just stand up, because after that wipeout yesterday afternoon, I mean, it just totally, you know, put a fear in me.
Well, obviously you didn't show any fear, and congratulations once again. You're a great champion.
Thank you. Thank you.
Derek Downing is your first ever Extreme Games inline downhill champion, with James Wiederholt doing a very impressive showing as he put his hold on second place. John Intervene and Chad Smith just never overcame their false starts as they finished 3 and 4. Now when the inline skating community looks up,